Welcome back to the Roast Mortem. The oven is on and things are heating up. I'm here with my pal, Mystery Mick. How are we, Michael?
I'm very well, Mark. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay.
Well, two sort of good news, bad news scenario.
Okay.
Good news is I got an email from the exec producer yesterday.
Okay.
Highest ever growth for the podcast last month.
Unbelievable.
Up 23% of listeners.
23.
Which is astonishing.
That's insane.
So we're closing the gap on a couple of the biggest podcasts in the country.
It's honestly incredible.
Let's go.
Let's fucking.
Thank you so much to everybody who's listening to the show. Guys, if you enjoy the Roast Mortem or if you enjoy the weekly roast, do us a favour, click follow, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts. A huge thing as well is to send an episode to a friend of yours. If you enjoy it, just pass it on to somebody. Makes a big difference. Last but not least, you know what to do. Follow me on Instagram at @MeganMark or my sidekick at Michael O'Malley.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it. Oh, sorry, the bad news is she was like, you need to stop going overtime on the bonuses. It's 20 minutes max.
So we have a hard stop.
So we have a hard stop at 20 minutes today. Okay, so let's get into this very quickly.
Let's go. Straight in.
Never thought I'd be saying this, but how often do you change your jocks? Like,
I feel there's only one answer to this.
Go on.
Like, well, actually, not even one answer. I would say once a day, but like, if I exercise, like, you know, like, like every time I like
exert yourself.
Every time I have a shower.
Dear listener, I was thinking today's bonus would be something quite straightforward as what are your partner's icks, which, by the way, are your partner's bad habits. And I've gotten too numerous to mention some just hideous stuff that we'd like to get into maybe next week. But today I would like you to just think about this. There are two ends of the spectrum that I want to discuss today because I received this message first, which we'll deal with. Well, Mark, this is what prompted everything. Well, Mark, now that you've done the roast of Mammy's boys, is there any way we can do a roast of annoying partners' bad habits? Showed my GF your reel about the husband with the jocks and she said she only changes hers 3 times a week, then once on weekends. Might be a girl thing, but I thought it was fairly common for everyone to change once a day. She is not bad with hygiene at all otherwise and did not expect this from her at all. She is bad with hygiene.
She is.
Hate to break it to you, Tim. Sit down, we'll pass you a cup of tea. Your missus is atrocious when it comes to self-care.
That's the most basic. Hey, like
3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like. And the once a weekend. I hope you do nothing for the weekend. Unless you're bathing in white spirits. I hope you are doing nothing with your spare time. It's actually outrageous.
It's absolutely depraved.
I've said this, by the way, for a while. I think in a post-COVID world, Ireland has become filthier. And I feel like we have let ourselves go.
I totally agree.
And I'm not just talking about culture now, because culture affects fashion and the way that people present themselves. I do get that. But like, if you just go out and about on a Saturday afternoon, genuinely the stench off people, Blanchardstown Shopping Centre, wherever I go down to do the shop with Darren, about 4 or 5 occasions there'll be somebody, and I'm going, how have you been allowed to leave the house by your wife, and you're with your wife and children, and you're walking around in this manky old, like, Nike t-shirt that's stuck to you, the tracksuit bottoms that you can see the clear phallical outline. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the greasy sack stuck to the thigh.
You're looking for too long if you can see that, though.
I can see the indent of the head. No.
Mark, what are you staring?
Me getting dragged out of M&S. Curb crawling again. It's just, though, I do feel like people are now grotesque.
They are.
I've said this in many other contexts, and I don't need to go on about it again, but I do think just everybody has been ruder. I think we are seeing the demise of the collective. And Irish society now is all about the individual. Everywhere you go, movies, restaurants, cinemas, everybody gigs, everyone is just about themselves. Them and their phone and their memories and their experience. They don't give a fuck. As soon as someone's paid for something, they believe they own it. Whether it's a movie, whether it's a restaurant, whatever. They believe that experience is theirs, just theirs alone. And there's no awareness, and that's the key word, there is no awareness of the world around them. And I believe that is genuinely a huge problem. I think it goes deeper into the way that our cities are designed. I feel like we are seeing the death of community, the death of the collective, and that's why we should genuinely all just move. Whoever lives in Dublin should get out while you can. And I think we will see probably a rise of just more and more terrestrial towns where communities actually still exist. And I'm definitely at that sort of Michael Scott stage at this point where I've ran out of intellectual road and I don't know how to finish the point. So I'm just going to keep going, hoping you'd grunt in an appropriate manner that would help break up the conversation.
Very dystopian.
The Orwellian approach to people not fucking cleaning their pits. Anyway, dirty bastards. You go into Roselawn. I nearly fainted on Tuesday. The heat was so bad in the Tesco in Roselawn. I swear to God, I could have intervened with this guy. Going, how are you happy to leave the house this filthy? And it's not, and don't get me wrong, as I've often said, people go, oh, it's an illness. Is it, yeah? Is it an illness to walk around with an open family-sized bag of Doritos? What sort of illness is that, Siobhan? Anyway.
I feel like this is a hill that, you're very much willing to die on. I do agree with you, and I think when people have started working from home more, they've just cared less and become more self.
Guys wear jeans twice a year now.
My cousin genuinely calls jeans hard clothes, hard trousers.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So he works at home and he has his soft trousers, and if he has to go out, it's a hard trouser day. Richie Mullins, how are you?
That is just... I honestly
depraved. It's absolutely depraved.
I thought the worst, in terms of hygiene, I thought my ground zero, my Guantanamo, was whenever I was at Electric Picnic 2 years ago and I had to queue up for the toilets to wee. Because I'm not somebody who's just going to wee up against a tree or, handsome burger, lads logs, these horrible food vans. Oh, do you want to pay €19 for a Germanic looking hot dog by a lad from Bristol with a beard? Yeah. No, and I won't follow you on TikTok. Good luck. I'll have 2 of the Stogie boys, please. Anyway, I queued up for the Jacks and the queue was longer than, a nautical mile. And as I got up, I got to the sort of humanity, the worst I've ever seen it, right? So there was a toilet attendant and he was despondent because it was day 3. It was the Sunday. You were there, actually. It was the Fred again day. And he was jaded. He had the 1,000-yard stare. This guy could have just gotten out of Nam. This guy clearly had PTSD from the poo and the pee of the weekend, okay? I shit you not, if you'll allow the pun. He was using a stick that he had gotten from the wooded area, okay? He was using a stick to, every time somebody came out of one of the porta potties, he was going back in to push down.
Oh my God.
Whatever they'd left.
Oh my God.
Oh, you think that's worse? You think that's bad? It gets worse.
Yeah.
I was about to be subjected to what can only be described as a symphony of soilage because the guy is using the stick for that purpose, but he's also double jobbing as some sort of crapper conductor, and he is directing people in the queue to the portaloos with that same stick.
No.
Like some sort of dystopian musical conductor. Forget Tar. The movie, phenomenal. Best film of 2021. He's using this stick to direct people. At one point, the queue starts to get a bit out of hand, and he points to somebody and goes, "No, over there," and he swipes the stick. As he does it, I can just see flecks in the air landed right on the musher. Not mine, another person's. And I laughed. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'd leave.
So,
my stomach's actually turning.
So there you go. This girl changes her pants 3 times a week. Goodbye. It's over, Kate. This isn't Kate, though.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just the first extreme, which is completely ludicrous. 3 times a day is too much. Oh, sorry.
No, 3 times a week.
3 times a week is not enough. You need to, that's just base level. 2 things that I feel we should all be educated on. Basic level hygiene and also manners. Chewing. The amount of people I witness chewing with their mouth open in this day and age. Again, just mental. I think if you're in a relationship with somebody, or, this guy says to his girlfriend, "Oh, you only change your knickers 3 times a week." No, I think that you need to talk to somebody about this because that's not normal.
Yeah.
Or even Google it and be like, "Oh, I'm just reading this thing here." Yeah. I think there's ways. So, time to shift to the other end of the pendulum, will we?
Okay.
Sorry, but this came in from someone else. Sorry, but that lady needs help. I change mine 3 to 4 times a day. Like most girlies. She's dirty.
Greta Thunberg is dying somewhere.
She doesn't need a doctor. She needs a fucking plumber. Dynarod. Fetch the mop and bucket. Forget the fucking FUBUs. Fetch the Milton and a 3-litre basin from aisle 4. Do you have a NutriBullet instead of a fucking bladder? Like, no. Sort of food and ass, no? Okay. Fucking hell.
I'm just
I'm
picturing it. Yeah.
Picture away, boy. 3 to 4 times a day. So I was like, that's completely absurd. And also, speaking on behalf of like girlies worldwide, don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly fucking Lena Dunham or that other one with the tits. I'm joking, you can't. That's a joke. We can't. Can you?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely clear that I'm joking there.
Yes,
right? Yeah,
obviously.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, she says that, and I just want to go back to her to clarify, because she's speaking on behalf of all the girlies. Naturally, like, I get messages from 100 women going, no, that's just clearly not the reality for most of us and whatever. So I just followed up with her and I said, listen, sorry, can you just explain to the followers why the 4 times a day? It seems a bit excessive. She goes, it's not that complicated, Mark. Ask a woman and they'll tell you. Well, I did. I have a wife. Do you know what I mean? I keep one in my handbag. Fair enough. That, for me, one of the handbags seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I'll just read the full message and we'll go back. Okay? I keep one in the handbag, 2 in the car, and then 1 in my jacket pocket if needs must. Did you miss hygiene class in school? And the irony, my friend, she spells hygiene wrong in school. So, too busy obviously swapping out the nicks to know the difference between the E's and the I's. Anyway, let's go through this. Ask a woman and they'll tell you. Okay, well, we're now doing that. So I am asking you, dear listener, if you are a lady or if you know a lady, would 3 to 4 times a day seem excessive? I keep 1 in my handbag. That's reasonable to me.
Yeah.
I can completely understand anybody, male, female, whatever, having a spare pair of underwear. Mm-hmm. That's totally, I get that. 2 in the car. 2 in the car. Shitty, bang, bang. You know, Formula Bum.
Oh.
Michael Shoe Crapper. Don't have a go, Michael.
Too soon.
So, 2 in the car. The 2 in the car is insanity. It's complete insanity.
But if you have 1 on you, like...
What's going to happen? So you're in the car. Let's just think about this. You get into the car, you've had a long day of work, right? Yeah. The kids are on the phone. Mom, we want dinner. What's going to be for dinner? Oh, just do a fucking stir fry. I'm just jaded with everybody. Your husband's a piece of shit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm stressed out. Okay, get into the car. The traffic's bad. Oh, God, it's going to take 50 minutes. Usually it takes 25. Okay, I'm in the car. Oh, shat myself. Nightmare. Damn, the one thing that I didn't want to happen between now and getting home was this.
0 days.
Yeah, sitting down in the Kia. Damn, resetting the clicker on days since I've shot myself. So you go, bollocks, okay. Well, I suppose, now that I'm here, open the glove box. Grand. Yeah, there's a pair of, whatever, Pull and Bear boxers. Jack Jones, white label, boxer shorts. Grand. Okay. Do I mop myself up? You know, I have a bit of a prawn cocktail Walker's crisp packet that I had in my lunch. I'll just wipe myself over that, get the boxes on. Grand. Okay, 48 minutes to get home. That was a disaster. This day couldn't possibly get any worse. Shot myself again.
I've done it again.
Oh, no. That was the second last thing that I wanted to happen today, was for me to shit into my spare pair of pants. Damn. Wait there. Yeah, rolls down the window above the thing. Yeah, okay, second pair of emergency boxes. Grand, what'll I use? I'll use the corner of the prawn cocktail crisps and I'll use the corner of the old boxes that were originally soiled and mop myself up. Roll down the window. Yeah, they're gone on the M50. That's a soilage fee. And grand. New boxers. Cool. Prawn or chicken for the stir fry kids? Can't wait to watch tonight's episode of Love Island. This is complete insanity. 4 times a day. And by the way, to anybody who may need medically 4 times a day, that's completely reasonable. I think what's unreasonable about this is the inference that I'm insane for thinking that changing your underwear 4 times a day is out of the ordinary.
It's complete insanity.
It's complete and utter mayhem.
Well, I do feel like you're hearing from the 1% on each side of the spectrum. Like, there's no way that people have that, like...
No, it's not. Yeah, it's feast or famine. It's like... the 3 times a week, oh my God. I suppose just on the underwear thing, like, from an environmental sense, she's burning through a lot of fabric.
That cleaning bill, or like that electricity bill, would be off the charts. Ridiculous.
How many pairs of boxers would you say you have?
I'd have like kind of 10 to 15. No. I'd have 15 to 20, but like 5 of them would be for good occasions.
Yeah, the good boxers.
Yeah, the good, like the Calvin Klein.
They're the ones you got for Christmas.
Yeah.
There's the Christmas boxers.
They're great.
Which are your Calvin Kleins. And there is no greater feeling getting out of the shower, opening that drawer and seeing your Calvin Kleiners there staring at you. And then you've got one in your pocket, 2 in the car. Shit yourself. The bottom line here is, how are we doing, Thomas? Because we're probably going to run out. Listener, I know that I'm not going to be able to get through everything today. But the bottom line is with this, this shouldn't be up for debate. Surely everybody's time here is better allocated to discussing more serious subjects and how often that you wash your jocks. This isn't like, something that's like up for debate or subjective, like, whether or not you raise your hand at a passing driver on a country road. That's a preference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sanitation.
You said it a few weeks ago. It's a prerequisite for living.
It's a prerequisite for entering a modern society. It's not like washing your shins or being respectful towards the old people. It's just complete and utter madness. Right, guys, we've got like 2 or 3 minutes left, so I'm just going to have to hammer you here with some of the other stuff that came in. I think we're going to need to do a proper episode on partners' insane habits. This is completely insane. Wife's breath smells of rotten hog breath. Would love to tell her, but can't bring myself to. Well, I'm glad you didn't with that line of thinking, Dermot. Rotten hog breath. Honey, our anniversary's coming up. Yeah, I was thinking of booking that lovely hotel in Edinburgh. Oh, that's a lovely idea. Yeah. Oh, yeah, just question, because you've got that rotten hog breath, do you know what I mean? Come on. Some of the stuff that was coming in is completely outrageous. This is genius. I caught him rubbing brown sauce over the front clean plates in the dishwasher to avoid emptying them. Genius.
That's incredible.
It's also, though, like a delinquent level of laziness.
I've definitely,
It's psychotic.
I've done similar shit.
You strike me as a lazy guy around the house.
Fuck off.
You definitely don't lift a finger.
I have literally gone viral last night for the way I've reorganised Kate's wardrobe.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop going viral. What is this you going viral stuff?
Man, I hit those numbers.
Fucking hell.